Just a few moments ago, Milwaukee launched a full salvo of new tools in their annual New Product Symposium, which this year took the form of an online event available to the entire world called Pipeline. Tonight, we're going to take a look at each new offering and share some additional photos and videos Milwaukee sent us to share. This is the Power Tool Week in Review Pipeline Wrap-Up. Good evening, everybody. I'm Robert Smith, and joining me is Jay Amstutz, owner of Ohio Power Tool, who is here to give us some insight into these new Milwaukee tools. Jay, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So Pipeline just happened, and we all just watched the first of 4 episodes that will be posted through November 12th. This first one was focused on the M12, M18, and MX platforms. All right, Jay, let's start off with a few tools that were leaked early, specifically the M12 Fuel MultiTool. Of course, the emphasis here is on the word fuel. Why is this so important?
So, I mean, you're getting more power. I mean, everybody wants more power.
Because the previous one is actually a brushed version.
And it's several years old. So, I mean, it was good. It didn't have the quick change blade, didn't have a light. Now you're getting more power. It's a little bit more at $149. The other one was under $100.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
So you're spending more money, but you're really looking at power comparable to like an 18 volt. But the size of a 12 volt.
Yeah, they were talking about that, about how much more powerful it was. Gotcha.
So lower oscillation, lower vibration.
Yep.
And then they talk about the 3.9, oscillation angle, which, gives you a wide range.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now, what about capacity? Like if we use I believe it comes with XC 4.0 amp hour battery, how many cuts can I expect?
So I mean, we haven't even gotten our hands on it yet. The stat was 65 cuts and a 1x2 pine. If you're in the M12 platform, I mean, you're going to have
a boatload of batteries everywhere, so it's not going to matter.
I mean, you're going to, unless you're sanding with it, I mean, you're going to use it for, on and off. It should be
awesome.
More than enough.
Price and availability. So you just said it's going to be $149 for a bare tool.
$149 for a bare tool, $219 with a kit with a 4.0. These are supposedly shipping very soon.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to the M12 Fuel MultiTool's bigger brother, the M18 Fuel MultiTool. Now, I think after the M12 version leaked, we all kind of saw this one coming, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, so very similar. M18's had a brushed model. Now this is the Fuel. The dimensions look very similar. The quick change looks very similar. The stat that says it's got more power is that 4.2 degree oscillations versus 3.9. So it's going to have the 20,000 OPMs, and so you're going to get more, ability to go through wood, but you get, more of an angle.
More of it done at a time.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, and they also, it appeared like they were really pushing this as a demolition tool as well.
Yeah. So, in terms of the different accessories that you can use with it, I would expect that you could use the larger capacity, kind of really getting in there with grout and cutting metal and that fun stuff.
All right, so pricing availability?
We don't actually even have pricing yet on this one.
All right.
They're saying November timeframe.
Now, our buddy Rob Robillard over at Toolbox Buzz was given these multi-tools early. Let's see what he has to say.
Look, I'm reporting to you from an undisclosed location right now. I'm just kidding, man. I'm in my shop. I wanted to tell you, though, that for the last month, I've had my hands on, I've been the first tool reviewer to work with the M12 and M18 Fuel MultiTools, as well as a whole bunch of Milwaukee's new OMT blades. And while tool updates are great and fun, the blades are just amazing. After all, a power tool really is just an expensive accessory holder, right? I rely on my M18 MultiFuel daily, and this M18 Fuel version is definitely faster. We've tested our tools, the tools, on a large remodeling project. We did a structural flush beam. We worked on a man cave project, kitchen remodel. The increase in power, reduced vibration, and some of the ergonomic and feature changes are great. If you want to learn about these tools, you got to head over to the Concord Carpenter Toolbox Buzz YouTube channel and just see the in-depth review that I did. It's up there, it's live right now, and we'll put a link in the video right in the description below. I'm excited to see what else Milwaukee has in store for us in the next few months. This is going to be super fun. Rob, thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thanks so much, Rob. Moving on, the new M12 23 gauge pin nailer was also a popular rumor this year, and we were excited to see that it made the cut. So, Jay, It felt like we didn't get a ton of information on this thing. Tell us about the stats that they did share.
So 1/2 to 1 3/8 capacity, which is pretty standard for pin nailer.
For pin nailer, yeah.
Nitrogen air spring, so I'm assuming it's going to have that dry fire lockout, but we do know it's not coming until Q1 of 2021.
That would explain why there's less information than what I was hoping for. Yeah. Still, like I said, a lot of people have been asking us about this for a long time. A lot of people want this pin nailer, so I guess we'll just have to hold our breath.
Yeah, I mean, pin nailers are awesome. We need this.
Having Milwaukee's version would be great. All right, moving outdoors, we have another tool that leaked early. This guy right here, the M12 Fuel Hatchet 6-inch pruning saw. It features a 6-inch Oregon bar and chain and weighs under 5 pounds with the battery. Jay, is there a demand for this guy?
I didn't know anything about this before it came out. When I saw it, I said, have to have it.
Right.
Everybody needs one. There's not really an actual need for it, but everybody needs one.
Right, I see. So I had the same feeling too. As soon as I saw it, I mean, I've been doing a lot of work out here on our property, and I got excited about this because the idea of being able to have something like this. I don't know if I can, like, with the scabbard on it, I can hang it off my belt or something. It seems that small, but either way, being able to grab that and head into the woods, and I think is awesome. Now this guy's actually already available, clearly, because you've got one here, and I can tell you've used it already.
So this one came from our rep. He wanted to show it. I took it, ran away, and did not give it back. So this one actually has to go back to him, but I do expect it to be pretty quick.
Okay, awesome. So, but I can pre-order today.
Pre-order today. $179 for the bare tool, $249 comes with the 4.0 battery. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of people that will get into this are already in M12.
Next up, we have a series of new M18 high torque impact wrenches that range from the new ultra small compact series all the way up to the previously released 1-inch D handles. Let's start at the bottom of that list with the compacts. These things are tiny.
Yeah, so I mean, now that they have a lot of options, the M12 stubbies came out and they were super
popular, right? Yeah.
And so really you've got like several distinct groups. So you have, the smaller ones should get smaller. So these are addressing that, where they're getting smaller. 250 foot-pounds is not a ton of torque, but it's more about getting in that tight space. And anything that you're going to do in super tight space, probably not going to need 400 foot-pounds.
Right. Well, and they specifically talked about it in the demo about the time you can save, where if you can get into those really tight spaces, you're not spending the time disassembling other parts of whatever you're working on just to get to the fastener you need to get to. So I get that. So, but then moving up, we have the new mid torques. How powerful are those?
I mean, 650 foot-pounds, I mean, you're talking about 90% of the application. So, you know, you always want to grab the biggest, heaviest, most powerful thing you've got, but then if you've got them both sitting there and you just don't think about it, you're going to grab the mid-torque and probably use it all the time.
That makes sense. And then finally, for the far end of things, we have the 1-inch D handles, which of course were announced recently. There are two versions, of the standard and the extended anvil. What are the difference between these?
I mean, the difference is just basically the anvil. So getting into big semi-trucks and things like that, you want that extended 6-inch.
Well, and they also have the lug nut mode, I believe, on the extended anvil version, which specifically is designed so you don't over tighten lug nuts. Which makes sense.
So the standard one, which is actually available now at ohiopowertool.com, it
so convenient.
Steel erectors, that kind of thing. I mean, in your industrial applications, that's where we've sold pneumatic 1-inch impacts forever and ever.
Yeah.
And I think these are going to just kill them.
That's exciting. All right, so let's talk availability for the entire line of these new high torque impacts. So the compacts and the mids are coming when?
Those will come in November.
Okay.
The standard anvil 1-inch high torque is available now.
What about the extended?
The extended will be October.
Awesome.
So we will have these available shortly for pre-sale on Ohio Power Tool.
But
more information coming tonight.
Really?
But pre-order.
So you're suggesting that we should probably stay up till midnight then and check ohiopowertool.com.
12:01, whatever, you know.
I know what I'm doing.
occasionally.
Now, if you're looking for a more in-depth look at these new high torque impacts, we've got good news for you. Our buddies over at Pro Tool Reviews sent us this.
Hey Rob, thanks for having us on your show. Milwaukee sent us all of the mid-torque and the compact impact wrenches that you just saw on the Milwaukee Pipeline event.
Yeah, we immediately put them through some of our baseline testing and used them on several automotive jobs. Here's a quick taste of what we're going to see.
To see the full video, hit the link in the description below, and also subscribe to Pro Tool Reviews on YouTube.
We think you'll be impressed with how much power these impact wrenches really have.
Next up, the Milwaukee M18 Fuel sectional machine for 5/8 and 7/8 cable. And they're saying it's the most portable and powerful sectional machine ever for 1 1/4 inch to 6 inch drain lines. Now, Jay, I don't know a lot about these sectional machines. How relevant is this?
So for certain markets, they love sectional machines. Central Ohio,
Not so much?
nobody uses sectional machines. It's all
Really?
drum machines. So it's weird because when you get used to using a sectional, it's a bigger machine. You have cables are different. So I feel like maybe they're trying to bridge the gap here a little bit between the drum machine, which is more portable, and a sectional machine, which, I mean, it has some additional benefits where you're taking only the amount of cable you need and that kind of stuff. So I don't know if this bridges the gap or not, but for
But it
us,
may.
I mean, you know, we don't do a lot with sectional machines.
All right, that's fair. So let's talk about some of the stats. I noticed that they said that it's going to have enough power, even in this portable, compact thing, to get through heavy routes like 150
Yeah.
feet away, which seems kind of crazy.
Sectional machines for sure have more power. This should be able to do, you know, everything you need it to.
Which is great if you're on the M18 platform already. So
Yeah, if you love sectional machines and you want something more portable, because the first one they came out with it's a good size unit. This addresses that smaller compact. Actually, I don't know if it's that.
right, in the videos and the photos,
Yeah,
it's well this
it's
big
a
on my
big-
screen.
put it in your
I'm pretty
pocket.
sure it's bigger than that. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about availability. When can I get my hands on one of these?
Another November.
Another November launch. All right, great, thank you. Now, Milwaukee went full tilt on vacs this year, starting with the M12 Fuel 1.6 gallon wet dry vac, claiming it to be the very first 12-volt vac of its kind. For this to make sense, they're going to need a lot of power out of a 12-volt battery.
Yeah, I mean they're claiming 40% more suction than the 18-volt competitors. 45 CFM is in line with their current 18-volt, which we've sold hundreds and hundreds of.
Yeah.
It's ideal for service work. 2-gallon wet dry vac does a great job. So if they can get that onto the 12-volt platform, and a lot of the tools that we're seeing, you know, for the 12-volt platform are very driven towards professionals.
Yeah.
So you don't want to change your batteries. You just
Right.
want to use your 12 for pressing and different things.
So you think there's going to be a big demand for this?
Yeah, I think the guys that are in that platform, I think this is going to be huge.
But of course, with the 12-volt batteries, though, I'm worried about lower capacity. How long did they say this is going to run?
So on the 6.0s, you get 14 minutes on high, which I don't know anyone who doesn't just run a vacuum on high.
Right, I was going to say. So,
I mean, the 26 minutes on low, but I feel like that's a...
yeah, you're never going to do
Yeah,
that. I don't know.
not
I
for a
would
vacuum.
think though, for something this small, I feel like 14 minutes may be plenty for cleaning up a job site.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't imagine actually running a hose around cleaning for 14 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, these are really, really good for service work where you're in just to fix something, not for job site cleanup.
Now, they also claimed it was very, very quiet, right?
Yeah, 87 decibels is I mean, pretty quiet for a vacuum. And again, if you're doing service, you you could be in a busy office. You could be.
Sure.
You could be, around other people. So it's always good to have
as quiet tools as possible, right? But it's also very, very light and portable.
Yeah, super small and compact. Again, you go to the M12, that's kind of what you're expecting. That compact, efficient.
All right, so you convinced me I want one. So pricing and availability.
So $129, and then...
Is that bare tool or does that come with a battery?
That is a bare tool.
Okay.
And then October launch date.
Awesome, great. All right, so next up is the M18 Fuel Compact Vacuum, which is a tiny handheld vac intended for quick job site cleanup and small area spot cleaning. Now, we use a hand vac in our own shop all the time. Is this something that tradespeople really need on the job site?
I mean, I think it definitely has its place. Looking for that smaller size, if you don't need the wet dry vac, 32 CFM, it's enough to clean up drywall and wood chips and.
Well, and they've got it on straps, wearing it, on their hip, kind of stuff. So I'm assuming that when you're in somebody's house and making a little bit of dust, it'd be a great way to keep it all under control.
For sure, yeah. You don't want to carry tons of stuff in, so keeping the size down, and it'll probably work with various accessories and other tools and things.
All right, so price and availability.
$199 for the bare tool.
Is this another October launch as well?
October timeframe, yep.
And of course, there's one more vac that was announced. I'm pretty sure this is one that we have all been begging for years now.
The Packout vac.
That's right. This is the M18 Fuel Packout wet dry vacuum. Finally, we can bring a vac in our Packout stack. But is it powerful enough to live up to the Packout name?
I think it's going to be really, really good upgrade from what they've got now. So you're getting the fuel. Everybody loves fuel.
Yep.
So 50 CFM. You're getting 87 decibels, 2.5 gallon.
Which is very, very quiet.
Yeah.
If you don't know, 87 decibels is ridiculously quiet for these things.
You got your Packout stack. You're bringing it in. You're working in, a service environment. I think this is going to be.
You likely want to be quiet anyways. You want to be able to carry with everything else. Yeah, it's clearly there's an obvious reason why everybody's been asking for this forever. It seems like an obvious choice, probably 3 years ago. So yeah, this is something that we've been waiting for a long, long time. I am super excited to see it. We move all of our equipment and stuff all the time and pack out stuff. So it'll be really nice to be able to have the vac just built in there. 2.5 gallon capacity, which I think is great. It's got a HEPA filter, which I haven't mentioned this yet. They mentioned that the HEPA filters are going to be compatible between all three of these new vacs, which is great.
That's smart.
So it's. I feel like this thing has got everything. I mean, sure, it'd be great to have something on my hip walking around, but I just like keeping all my stuff on my Packout. So I'm probably more excited about this than anything else.
For the stack, this is a great. I mean, until they come out with a big monster bottom piece that does all this stuff. So this won't have the auto clean and the 150 CFM that you might need if you're doing concrete cutting or something. This is more for drilling and just job site cleanup.
You've mentioned that to me before, the idea of replacing the bottom piece of the stack out with the rollers with a much larger vac, which I do kind of wish that we saw that, but I can see why. I don't need it, but I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty common with Festool and Bosch and Makita and everyone else.
So maybe next year. So let's talk price and availability.
So $199.
Really?
Coming in
for the Packout vac.
Packout.
I didn't notice that. So it's gonna be like the same price as the little portable one.
Right. I mean, different applications.
I gotcha. Still, I'm going Packout.
The current model is 120. So you're getting more, power.
Yeah, all the fuel benefits, right?
And you're getting the Packout.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the other one will stay, but this will be a nice upgrade.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Jay. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
All right, don't forget, guys, this is just the beginning. Milwaukee provided us with additional photos, videos, and information that Connor is editing for us right this moment. We expect to be posting a new video every hour for at least the next 9 hours, so be sure you get subscribed. And of course, this is only the first episode of 4 coming from Milwaukee. So if you haven't yet, head over to milwaukee.com/pipeline and get signed up for the next live video. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for the Power Tool Weekend Review.